In this tutorial, I will show you how you can easily web scrape data from finviz.com into Google Spreadsheet. And here we will look at the stock price, price to earnings, price to sales, earnings per share, and the dividend, and also the dividend yield, and the payout ratio, and also the analyst price target. As an example, we will take the stock ticker for Intel, which is INTC. And let's try to go to finviz.com to take a look at the web page. So here we have finviz.com. And it's a really nice web page containing a lot of useful information, financial information about the companies. Let's write Intel into the search function here. And here we have an interactive stock price development of Intel for the last 9 months. And if we go down here, we have a table containing a lot of useful information, financial information about this company. We have the stock price and the change in percent. We have the stock index. And we have the dividend payout and also in percentage. And then we have the price to earnings, the forward price to earnings, price to sales, price to book, and a lot of other really useful financial information about this company. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and see if we can import this data. To do this, we'll start by importing the whole table as I showed you on finviz.com. And we'll do this by using the import HTML function. So we will make a quotation mark, then we'll go to the web page and copy this part of the URL. And that will paste into this equation and end by quotation mark. And then we'll write and then we'll connect it to the ticker symbol by writing A3. And a comma, and then we'll write table in quotation marks and table 9 because on the web page it's designated as table 9. And this will load all the data into our spreadsheet. But it could be a bit much, so if you for instance only wanted to see the stock price, we'll have to do it a bit differently. But before we go to that, I will just change the viewing options so we can see the whole table. So I'll just set it to 80%. So if we want to import the stock price, which is located down here, and that is column 12, row 11, then we need to designate that in our function. And we will do this by writing index, and then we will take the index of the HTML as we had before. So we say import HTML, and then we'll go back to our web page and again copy the URL into these quotation marks, write the and A3 to designate our ticker, and a comma, and then table in quotation marks. Table. And again it's table 9, and then it was column 12, row 11. And when we write that, you can see we get the ticker, but it has these annoying stars. So let's see if we can remove those. And to remove these stars, we'll have to use the substitute function. So let's go up to our function here and write substitute. And then we'll go to the end of our function, and we will designate that it has to substitute the stars by writing quotation mark star and then a comma and then 2 quotation marks which are empty, because then we'll just replace them with nothing. And now we have our stock price without the annoying stars. And in order to get the price to earnings, we'll just use the same function. So we copy paste it, but then it will change to B3 and we need to change this to A3 to again designate our ticker. And then we just need to find the price to earnings, which is located in column 4, row 1. So we'll just change this to 1 and 4, and then we have the price to earnings. So in order to get the price to sales, we'll just have to do the same. Again, we will copy the whole function over to price to sales, and again we will change the B to an A to get our ticker symbol. And then we just need to locate the price to sales, and that is here in column 4, row 4. So if you go up to our function and just change row 1 to row 4 and hit enter, then we'll get the price to sales. The next one we were interested in was earnings per share. And that is located down here in column 6, row 1. So we will just again copy paste our function into the earnings per share cell. And we will change this to an A again, and then we will just write 1 and 6 to designate the column and row that the data has to be pulled from. In order to get the next two, the dividend and the dividend yield, we will just do the same again. So down here we have located the dividend and dividend yield, and that is column 2, row 7 and 8. We'll then just copy the whole equation into the dividend and dividend yield. And again we will change this to an A, and then we will designate row 7, column 2, and hit enter. And that will give us the dividend. And we will then just do the same here. Again, we change to an A to get the ticker, and then column 2, row 8, and hit enter. And then this will give us the dividend yield. And the next one is the payout ratio, which is located down here in column 8, row 11. And again, we will just start by copy pasting the whole equation and change the B to an A to designate the ticker, and then we'll change this to row 11, column 8. And that will give us the payout ratio. So the last one is the target price. And the target price is located right here in column 10, row 5. So let's see if we can get that into our equation. And again, we'll just copy paste the whole equation, change the B to an A to designate the ticker, and then write 5 here for row 5 and column 10. And hit enter, and that will give us the 12 months target price for Intel. And by using the same equation and just changing the row and column, you can get all the other financial data shown in this table in an easy way. A final thing I want to show you is that you can also get the individual analyst target price and the latest ones from finviz.com. So let's try to go back to the web page. So if we scroll down a bit further, we can see we have a table here where I had a lot of different analysts like JP Morgan. So if we just take this as an example, then we can see the 11th of November they have cut their price target in half from $64 to $32, and it's a downgrade. And then we have all the other dates where all the other analysts have announced their latest price target for Intel. And this is actually also data we can web scrape from finviz.com. And each of these rows is its own table, starting at table 12. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. In order to web scrape this target estimate from finviz.com, we can just reuse the equation we used before, so it's copied down here. And then we change table 9 to table 12 to get the last row, containing the latest published target estimate. And we can see we get the data here. To get the previous published target estimates, we'll then just change table 12 to 13, 14, 15, and so on. So I'll just do this really quick. And here it is. I've web scraped all the recently published target estimates for all these different analysts. And the beauty is that if we go up and change the ticker from Intel to 3M, for instance, then all the data in this spreadsheet will be updated. So by using these functions to import data from Finviz, you can easily make a stock screener, which makes it really easy to get a financial overview of different stocks. I have used this data from Finviz as part of my interactive stock screener. So here we can just write 3M, and then it will automatically load in all the data from 3M. And if you look down here, we have the data from Finviz, where we have the P/E ratio, the earnings per share, the analyst target price, and also the forward PE, the price to sales, and the dividend data. So some of these functions I just showed you is implemented in this final stock screener. This stock screener also have other functions like this graph, which shows the price development of 3M for the last 365 days. And this is an interactive table, so you can just change this to 2000 days, for instance, and the graph will update automatically. This tool is available on my Patreon page together with other tools for stock analysis and portfolio tracking. You can find a link to the page in the description below. If you like this video, please consider to hit the like and subscribe button, as it really helps the channel a lot. Take care and have a great day.